Hey, what's going on, Jam fam? So the month is finally over. That means the season of Brawl Stars is finally ending. That means that Toy Story is going to be leaving Brawl Stars very soon. Thank God, because this was like one of the most boring seasons, most uneventful seasons I can remember. I was not excited for it. Like I said in one of my most recent videos, I just wasn't hyped for this. And in fact, I ended up playing barely any Brawl Stars all month. I didn't even like 1K my Buzz Lightyear or anything like that. I didn't master them or anything. The only thing I really did was buy Meeple and push Meeple up, and that was it. And even that wasn't fun in my opinion. But we got news to talk about, so let's just jump right into it. We'll go over the headline first, and that is that Buzz Lightyear is gone. They tweeted this out on the 1st, that Buzz Lightyear was going to be leaving on the 4th. That is actually today. Well, it turns out, for whatever reason, there was an error, and Buzz Lightyear ended up leaving in the middle of the day. As you can see, this was posted 19 hours ago. And Pan is freaking out because Buzz left, and I don't believe Pan finished his mastery track. And the funniest thing is, because they left in the middle of the day, people were planning on getting this done. You know, they figured they were going to have the week to do this. Give me one moment. I need to resize this. So this person right here tweets this out, replying to Pan, saying that they didn't finish either. It takes 16,000 mastery points to master Buzz. They ended on 15,899. So they needed like 100 more mastery to get it done. And Buzz left, and they couldn't finish their mastery, which really sucks because they spent all this time grinding for that title. Whether it was worth it or not, that's a totally different discussion. But they spent all that time grinding for that title, and then Buzz left in the middle of the day, and they couldn't finish it out, which I could understand being a little annoyed if I dedicated all my time to doing that. So I don't hate on them for this. I mean, they did have 2 months to do it, but I don't hate on them for feeling this way because, you know, if you drag your feet and then you're like, oh shit, I gotta get this done, it's double mastery, let's get it done, and then they come within 100, that feels bad. Now, one thing I will say about Brawl Stars is they are very accommodating to their players. If they make a mistake, they will try to own up to it a little bit. Obviously, they're not always perfect with that. Like, see examples like the Hoot Hoot Shelly incident and like the Mega Box incident. Obviously, they can't like fully like rectify those situations. And while it does piss us off at the time, they do at least do something for us down the road. Well, this situation is no exception. They tweeted this out today, addressing that whole situation about not having a countdown timer. So because Buzz never actually had an in-game countdown timer, they are actually going to be rewarding the mastery title to everybody who got to at least 15,000 on the mastery track for Buzz. So if you unlocked everything else on Buzz, you do end up getting the title. They are going to donate it. It's going to be in your box at some point, as long as you got close to getting that title. So that is nice. I do like that they have made this fix because, like they said, they messed up. They didn't have a countdown timer for people to know. And for people like this penguin guy here, they got screwed. Well, Brawl Stars is going to accommodate that. So that is a big W for Brawl Stars, in my opinion. Yes, it doesn't benefit everybody. There are going to be people who got not nearly that close and all that. And again, they had 2 months to grind this out. If you waited till the last minute, it does kind of suck, and you did kind of screw yourself in that situation. They even gave you double mastery for the last week or so. So, like, again, you had more than enough opportunity to get Buzz grinded. But if you missed it by just a hair, they are accommodating you, so that is good. Next up, and this is kind of old news, they tweeted this out yesterday, so you might have already seen it, you might have already had your laugh about it, but I want to laugh at it in this video, so we're going to talk about it. So yesterday, they tweeted out that you can modify the future. Vote in this thread to pick the modifiers for ranked for the February season. So, clearly, they didn't have any modifiers planned. They wanted to see what the community feedback was, and they listed a whole bunch of modifiers, but you're going to notice one thing about all these modifiers, and you're going to see what the winner is in every single part of the poll is going to be classic modifier in all three. It is very funny to me that they think people enjoy these modifiers enough. Then when they give us the option to pick our modifiers, they all go non-modifier, just straight classic mode. It's very funny, and a lot of people had a good laugh about it. We have Brawl Source saying, I love how united the community is in selecting these classic modifiers. We have Spen laughing about it. Classic is winning the vote for every modifier next season and ranked skull emoji. So yeah, clearly we're not happy with the ranked situation about it. Obviously, we all know that modifiers do not make ranked serious. Now, disclaimer, I'm not good at ranked. Obviously, I'm not a great player, but I do recognize that if you are a good player and you go up against a modifier like Big Friend or like Rapid Fire or whatever it's called, then obviously that just ruins the integrity of the game mode. You're going to have a tick with 10,000 HP, like that's fair. Or you're going to have a Gene that never runs out of ammo, like that's fair. And like, obviously that's not the way the game was intended to play. If it was intended to be played that way, then we wouldn't need these modifiers. They would just be in the game. Anyway, I digress. yes, the community does not enjoy modifiers, and they just showed that here. Now, one thing I am wondering about this entire situation is if Frank is going to say, well, people like modifiers because they play ranked. So something like this. So basically, Frank is very famous for saying like, well, people are engaging with this content, so that means they must like it. So this is a meme making fun of the fact that Buzz Lightyear was played a lot, despite the fact that, like, not recognizing the fact that rewards were tied to Buzz Lightyear and all that stuff. So this is him being like, he didn't actually say this. He didn't actually say this. I want to be very clear, but this is a meme making fun of the fact that he has said things like this before. Like, people enjoy this. They're engaging with it, even though you're tying rewards to it and not recognizing why people are engaging with it. So it's funny to me that this is almost the exact situation. Like, people don't like modifiers, but they play ranked for the rewards. And I wonder if they're actually going to recognize this and do something about it in the ranked reworks, because that's kind of like what everyone was getting at. So we'll end up seeing what happens, what comes of this. Maybe one of the community managers will speak on it eventually in the next few days. But in the meantime, I just thought this was very funny. It shows that, you know, the general consensus, even on like a terrible place like Twitter, there's still a consensus saying that modifiers are bad. We don't want modifiers, and we'll see if they do anything about it, or if we're just getting another classic season and see what happens with the rank reworks down the road. All right, and the final thing that I want to talk about, and it's just small news because we all know this happens every season, but now that the rank season's ending, the skin is actually going to be available in the catalog. You can pick this up for either gems right now, or if you want to wait, you can get it for bling in 2 weeks. Now, that is one thing I do want to talk on. I don't know if I agree with the 2-week waiting period being applied to these skins, because technically these skins have been out for over a month. You could have gotten them on day 1 of ranked. You could have gotten them yesterday like I did, which I got lucky about. We'll talk about that in a second. Anyway, you could have got this at any point during the last month. Putting the 2-week waiting period on here just feels like not necessary. It does feel like a small little cash grab, because if you've really been waiting for this skin, maybe you don't want to wait another 2 weeks and you'll spend your gems on it. Of course, I would never recommend doing that. If you have the bling like this person does, this person has 8,000 bling. So if they want the skin, they should just sit here and wait and then buy it after the 2-week waiting period. But again, I don't think the 2-week waiting period should actually apply to this. And if you're mad about it, I agree. I don't feel like it should be like this personally. But anyway, like I said, yesterday I did end up getting that skin during the rank stream. So I will be doing a skin review of that in the next couple of days, so keep an eye out for that. If you're curious about whether you should pick it up for gems or bling, I'll give you guys all the breakdowns of it, and I'll give you guys my thoughts on it. Or if you just want to wait for it out of a ranked star drop, that's obviously perfectly fine too. It might take a little while, but you'll end up getting it. It's not going anywhere. So anyway, that's going to do it for this one. That's all the news I got. Like I said, real quick video, not a bunch of stuff to talk about other than the fact that Buzz Lightyear's gone away. Thank God. I know everybody was sick of it. I'm personally just excited for the pizza shop to be gone too. I really was not a big fan of that at all. Like I said, I didn't even play any contests or anything like that. This whole season was just bleh, in my opinion. So anyway, let me know what you thought about this. Hopefully you enjoyed my rambling. Make sure you leave a like on the video if you did. And if you're new, consider dropping a sub as well. But that's going to do it today. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.